And the reason why I'm doing this videos today is because I told somebody I was studying A Course in Miracles. Oh, what is that? So eventually, do I want to be a teacher? I feel that calling in me. So what is real is love. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kelly Pagic. If you are new here, the motivation and inspiration about this channel is to share with you the wisdoms and what I've learned in my life, on my path and my journey. And in this episode today, I'm going to talk about A Course in Miracles. The first time I heard about A Course in Miracles was probably, I would say, 15 or so years ago. My friend Amanda told me about it, and I said, "What is it?" She said, "It's hard to explain," and that was it. And since that, it always sparked my curiosity because I felt like my friend Amanda was always steps ahead of me on the spiritual path. And I just didn't get it. But eventually I got it, and it took me over 15 years and I'm still trying to get it, but it took me 15 years to even really get into it. And the reason why I'm doing this videos today is because I told somebody I was studying A Course in Miracles. Oh, what is that? For me, it was hard to explain too. So I really gave it some thought. I really started to dive a little bit deeper into the teaching so I could understand it, so I could tell other people about it and share how it's impacting my life so that maybe they want to start studying it too. So, A Course in Miracles is a spiritual path in which we find our way home to God by learning to distinguish what is real and what is unreal. Now, according to the Course, what is real is love. What is unreal? Everything else. How we perceive the world is from our ego minds. Competition, war, jealousy, greed, lack, suffering, depression, sadness. This is all a disconnection from what we really are. The divine resides within us. We are holy. We are beautiful, divine, holy sons of God. And that's what the Course teaches us. So the Course itself, it's a text, a workbook, and then a supplement for teachers. In the 1960s, there were two people that worked in the psychology department at a college, Helen Schumann and Bill. They weren't getting along, and they're like, there has to be a better way. Bill's like, there has to be a better way. And Helen's like, I think so too. I'll help you find it. She started hearing a voice, ended up to be Jesus. The Course is a modern day teaching of Jesus and how to live our lives. To be happy, to be joyous, to live our divinity. So the first part is the text, and then the second part is the workbook. And the workbook is 365 lessons, and each day you do a lesson. A typical day looks like you read a lesson, you meditate for 5 to 30 minutes. Every hour you are concentrate again on the lesson for that day. And then at the end of the day, reconnect with the lesson and meditate on that lesson. Then there's the workbook for teachers. I really believe there are many paths, but one truth. There's many paths for God to come into your life. I just heard something on the podcast, Buddha at the gas pump. Your purpose isn't to seek for God, but discover all the barriers that you have put up that limits him to entering your life. God, it makes himself present to someone through the many practices that we have as human beings. One of them, which I'm very familiar with, is going to church. There's meditation. There's Eastern philosophy. There's Buddhism. There's yoga. There's Hinduism. Studying the mystics, energy work, and studying the subtle energy body. There's Reiki. There's even nature. People find the divine and find the voice of God out when they're in nature. When I talk about A Course in Miracles, it's not the only way that God can speak to us, but I really believe it's a powerful way Because as the Course states, a miracle from the Course's perspective is an expression of love. I see a miracle as a shift in my perspective. I call it a miracle. So instead of seeing through the eyes of guilt, shame, greed, jealousy, there is a better way. There is a different way to see this. And I can see through the eyes of love. And to me, that is the miracle. I discovered Circle of Atonement through a YouTube video describing the Course in 60 minutes. And I thought it was really cool. So I started following Robert and Emily through A Circle of Atonement. They have a podcast. They have great resources on their website that has a lot of free resources. They have a community network where you can join it, and there's a lot of free resources in that free community. There's also an app, Course in Miracles CE, gives you the text, it gives you the lessons every day. You can listen to it, so you just don't have to read it. You can listen to it too. Another thing that I've been doing is taking ChatGPT and asking to break the lesson down for me on what is the lesson 191 from A Course in Miracles. And ChatGPT gives it to me in really easy, relatable concepts. Use the languaging of God, of Jesus, of holy. Some people are very adverse to that kind of languaging, but fill those in with your own interpretations. God is love. Jesus is love. Several years ago, I need to tell you this one last story about this, and then I'm going to end this video. For the longest time, I was really close with the Virgin Mary. I mean, we were like this. 10 years ago, 8 years ago, I really started to feel really this draw towards Jesus and the spirit of Jesus. I just felt like his spirit and his energy were coming to me. And then a few years ago, I started getting these thoughts of I want to really study get to know Jesus more. I want to study his life. I want to get to know his teachings. And now I am studying the lessons from A Course in Miracles, and I feel that Jesus is really coming through to me even stronger in a new way. And I've really been blessed because I've kind of been struggling on my journey to find my way and my purpose and my calling. And what the hell am I supposed to be doing with my life type thing. Really believe in heart of hearts that this is it. Being a spiritual teacher is my calling. I've known it for a long time, but I was just trying to figure out what is my platform? How can I do it? And I keep coming back here to YouTube. Whatever is calling you, whatever is guiding you today, I am hoping that can fill your heart and fill your mind. And I want you to also remember to love and to be peaceful and to be kind in every way possible today. And when you're not, just forgive yourself, say you're sorry, and move on. Because it's all a journey, it's all a practice. And I know we can get there. And this peace in the world starts with you. You are the blessing on the world. Thank you for joining me today. Take care. Amen.